Hi Taurus, welcome to your love reading for February 2018. This is Elizabeth from channelguidance.com. Okay, so I've already shuffled the deck. Let's go ahead and begin. This is for confirmation, but first let's get you 9 cards from this deck. This is a love reading for the sign of Taurus for February 2018. Your first card is a 10 of Cups. Love reading for the sign of Taurus. 5 of Wands. Love reading for the sign of Taurus. Page of Cups. Love reading for the sign of Taurus. King of Swords. Love reading for the sign of Taurus. 9 of Pentacles. Love reading for the sign of Taurus. Temperance. Love reading for the sign of Taurus. 7 of Wands. Love reading for the sign of Taurus. Page of Pentacles. Love reading for the sign of Taurus. 9 of Swords. Okay, so what's the most important message that the sign of Taurus needs to hear for February 2018? Your message is the Wheel of Fortune. So whatever your status is, whether you're single, you're married, you're in a relationship, it is time for things to change for you. It's time for movement, and it's time for things to change for the better. So we're going to come back to that to see how it ties in with the rest of the reading. Let's go ahead and focus on the first 3 cards. You have the 10 of Cups, the 5 of Wands, and the Page of Cups. Okay, so what I see here, I see a relationship kind of shining through, but there's something weird going on in the middle here. And I get several things from this. I feel like for some of you, you have found your life partner, or you're with someone that you feel like this is the one. But there's something strange going on here in the middle. Now the 5 of Wands, this can be a card of competition. This is not going to apply to everyone, but this can mean that somebody wants the person that you want. Maybe you're single, maybe you're dating somebody casually, and there can be someone else involved, someone else that's interested in your partner, or you might be interested in someone else's partner, and you're wanting to be with this person. I just see conflict here. I mean, you do have the 10 of Cups, which does represent marriage. It represents children. It represents a lot of happiness, a happily ever after. So when I see this card, I usually think of a life partner, the person that you feel will give you everything. And you also have this message from the Page of Cups that, there could be some communication from the heart. There could be a love letter. And like I said, I feel like for some of you, there could be some conflict there with someone else. But I mean, the 5 of Wands, this also just means a lot of pettiness and a lot of fighting, a lot of bickering. So it could be that you are with your partner. Of course, for those who are already coupled, you are together, but there can be some disagreements in the month of February. But remember, you do have the Page of Cups, which is encouraging you to speak from the heart, to communicate back and forth. Now, with the Page of Cups, there can even be communication from someone from the past, because you do have the 5 of Wands, where maybe you broke up or you parted ways because there was a lot of fighting, or you didn't understand each other. That is the energy of the 5 of Wands. You just don't get one another. You're very different. There could be communication, like this is why I left, or this is why I had to ask for some time away. There's still a really strong energy of you finding happiness in the month of February. Okay, for the next row, you have the King of Swords, the 9 of Pentacles, and Temperance. So there's someone here who is an air sign. That would be Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, male or female, sun, moon, or rising. Strong air sign energy. And, you have this message here. I'm jumping over here to the Major Arcana of Temperance. So it could be that you're having to be very patient. This is a card of patience, kind of keeping everything in balance. When it comes to this air sign, you might be the air sign. Hard to say in a general reading. If you have a moon or a rising sign in Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, this could be you, where you have to be really patient right now when it comes to your love life. You may really want to have that happily ever after. You may want to have deeper commitment with your partner. This is kind of saying take it easy, or take it easy on your partner. This is about letting things happen naturally and not pushing too much. It's also about letting somebody kind of be themselves with a 9 of Pentacles in the middle. The 9 of Pentacles, this is someone that just wants to succeed. Somebody that really needs to be self-confident, find their way, succeed in the material world, whether it's financially, in their career, or just feeling good about themselves. This is a card of self-confidence. And just kind of, you know, coming full circle as an individual. So it could be that you're having to be patient with somebody that's really having to find themselves right now. Or again, it could be that you need to be in this energy of the Nine of Pentacles, where you have to be patient with yourself, where you're really wanting to have things work out for you right now with a partner. Maybe with a specific partner, maybe with somebody that you want to meet. For some of you, this could be a time where you have to focus on yourself. You have to become stronger. You have to focus on your goals. Don't push things with a Temperance card being here. This is a time of balance. Now, down here, you have the Seven of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, and the Nine of Swords. So, I mean, I see a lot of anxiety and tension here from the Nine of Swords. This is a lot of worrying. And I feel like for some of you, you're, I mean, especially because you have Temperance, you're very worried about something where you're really wanting to kind of push and shove for an outcome. You have the Seven of Wands, you know, which is a confrontational energy. This means that you've had enough, and you're really speaking up for yourself. You're really being firm. And maybe in a relationship, you're really telling your partner, this is what I want. This is what I want. And maybe your partner isn't maybe not ready for that commitment yet, because you do have the Five of Wands right here, which is telling me that, you know, somebody, you know, you may not be getting along with your partner. You may want different things. You have the Page of Pentacles telling you you really need to look at your relationship or your marriage very carefully in February. What is it that you can learn? Because I feel here that somebody is really stressed out about what's happening in their love life, to where they are imagining something that's not even going to happen. The Nine of Swords is worry without merit. You're stressing yourself out. But again, there's a need to confront here. You're feeling like you really have to confront your partner. Now, when I said that, I feel like for some of you, you have been living in this place of agony here. Because, I mean, this is the Nightmare card, where you've been imagining the worst. Maybe you've been imagining that your partner is cheating on you. Maybe you're imagining that you and your partner are never going to have a committed relationship. Or maybe it's time to finally say something. I mean, the Seven of Wands is that message of speaking up and being assertive, not being intimidated. And you're really going to have to look at your love life very carefully. You know, again, no matter what your marital status is, you have to look at it carefully to learn, to see where did you go wrong, or what is it you need to change. Because remember, the main energy from this deck was the Wheel of Fortune. It's time for things to change in your love life. But I feel, now that I've pulled these 9 cards, I feel like maybe what has to change is maybe there's a lot of fighting, a lot of bickering. That needs to be resolved. There has to be a lot of communication. You do have 2 pages in this reading. This one and the Page of Pentacles. There has to be a lot of communication. So this needs to change, whether it's fighting and bickering and not understanding each other, pettiness, or maybe other people interfering in your relationship, maybe other people that are interested in your partner. That needs to change. Perhaps you need to put yourself first as well. I mean, with the Nine of Pentacles, this can be your partner where you're having to be patient, waiting for them. It can even be you, where you have to be patient, you know, really wanting a specific outcome, when it's really time for you to become stronger. Especially for women, because the Nine of Pentacles does represent a strong and independent woman. Or maybe like you want to find your life partner now. You want that commitment now, when it's really time for you to come full circle in the month of February. You're really having to be patient. Let's go ahead and get some more cards from the same deck to see what other messages come up for you. What other messages are there for the sign of Taurus for February 2018? You have the Empress. What other messages are there for Taurus? Nine of Wands. What other messages are there for the sign of Taurus? Four of Swords. Okay, so I'll put that there. So what I'm drawn to is the fact that you have the Nine of Wands and the Seven of Wands. So again, this is kind of fear-based energy. Here you're afraid to confront, and here you're just afraid. I mean, the Nine of Wands is a paranoid energy where you're feeling really protective and defensive. You know, but you do have the Empress, which is telling me that in February you can literally have it all. You can have the partner of your dream. This can be meeting your ideal partner, or this could be, you know, finally having the relationship that you want from with a specific person, whether it's your spouse or somebody that you're interested in. The Empress means you don't have to settle, you don't have to compromise, you don't have to put up with nonsense. But again, there's a very kind of paranoid energy here where you have all of your defenses up. Now, but I also feel, because you have the Four of Swords here, and the Four of Swords does mean that somebody's backing off a little bit. When I said that, I feel like it could be you, or it could be the person that you're with, where there's strong potential here with the Empress, where this person can literally give you everything that you want, everything that you need. But again, this is somebody that is freaking out. I mean, you already have the Nine of Swords down here, so now you have both of them, and the Seven of Wands. Paranoid energy, somebody really kind of protective, defensive, and this energy from the Four of Swords, where perhaps somebody is asking for space. I mean, the Four of Swords does mean retreating, somebody needing to figure things out mentally. Maybe that's why you have Temperance telling you that you're going to have to be patient with someone. Someone that maybe there is a lot of potential for a significant relationship, but they are in this paranoid energy of the Nine of Wands, where they're just wanting to protect themselves, and maybe they want to take things slow. Again, with Temperance being here, you may have to give them the time to figure things out, and I feel like that is the case for some of you. This could be what is causing you this anxiety from the Nine of Swords, where you're really kind of worrying, like, why are they asking me for space, or why are they backing off, why have things changed? There's a strong message here of somebody kind of being in a really confusing place. A really confusing place where, you know, they're just protecting themselves. And they may also need time to heal with the Four of Swords being here. This could be about retreating, but also just means that somebody needs to heal. So there could be something going on with your partner, or somebody that you're interested in that you're not aware of. It's like you have to be patient with Temperance being here. Okay, so let's get some more cards from the second deck. What other messages are there for the sign of Taurus for February 2018? Queen of Cups, the Magician, and the Six of Pentacles. And what's the most important message that Taurus needs to hear for February 2018? Wow. So you have the King and Queen of Cups. Strong water sign energy. So this would be Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. If you're married or in a relationship with a water sign, this is a strong message that their energy is very much present. So if you're fearing breaking up, because there is a lot of fear in this reading, their energy is still strong. If you're single, it can be that you're meeting a water sign. Someone who's a water sign is very significant to you. Perhaps in seeing this change happen with the Wheel of Fortune, your love life finally taking a turn for the better. It could involve a water sign, but of course you have the King of Swords right here, so it can also be with someone who is an air sign. Okay, so let's take a look at these three cards. Again, strong water sign energy. Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces is very significant to Taurus. You know, where you're having to really take control. You have the Magician. The Magician means that you can't feel that your love life is out of your hands. And this can be a separate message. I don't want to like tie everything together, because sometimes these are separate messages for different people. The Magician means that you actually have all the power. You're not disempowered, even if you feel that way. The Magician just means that you're making whatever happens in February when it comes to your love life. This is because you're making it happen. You're allowing it to happen, or you're blocking it. The Magician is telling you, you hold the cards. You are the Magician. You're creating the magic, and you can create this, the Six of Pentacles, which means that you can get everything that you deserve. So now you not only have the Six of Pentacles, you have the Empress. So for Taurus, you can have the relationship that you've always wanted, the relationship that you don't have to compromise a single thing. You have everything that you want, and this is a relationship that you deserve. But the Magician came out with it to tell you that it's actually you, that you're making this happen, either because you're inviting this person into your life, or for some of you because you're being patient with somebody. Remember, you have Temperance in this reading. You're giving them maybe some space, because you did have the Four of Swords down here. Sorry, that's not the Four, that's the Nine of Swords. I know we have the Four of Swords, but here it is. Maybe you're giving somebody some space. I feel like, you know, something is happening with Taurus in February where there is, I mean, you started off with the Ten of Cups, which right away, I mean, this is telling me that there is a happily ever after waiting for you, but there's some type of conflict around it. For everyone, it's going to be a completely different story. It could be, you know, someone else. Maybe you're interested in someone else's partner, or somebody's interested in yours. It could just be a lot of fighting, a lot of bickering. But again, I mean, you start off with this strong message of a happily ever after and a lot of communication. You have 2 pages in this reading. So even though that, you know, I feel like for most of you, you are already with a partner, but you're very kind of worried. You're very freaked out about something that's happening that has you on edge here. But like I said, I feel like with the Empress being here, that this is the person for you. I mean, the Empress means you don't have to settle, you don't have to compromise, but you do have to understand that somebody is being really protective here. They could even be very secretive. It's just somebody that is on guard because they have been hurt. And this being here, it's like you have to give them time to heal. You have to maybe give somebody time to figure things out. So somebody could have left or asked for some space because they don't really know what to do. So again, Temperance is saying be patient here. Somebody needs to kind of find themselves with the Nine of Pentacles. Somebody needs to gain their self-confidence back when it comes to their love life. It's definitely time with the Page of Pentacles here to figure things out, to learn from maybe your mistakes, to learn from past relationships, to learn more about your relationship, your marriage. This is the time to really look at your love life very carefully, because it seems like a happily ever after is being kind of dangled right in front of you. And with the Empress being here, she's telling you that you can have it all. But I feel like there's something that you have to look at. There are some really positive messages in this reading. I mean, really positive. And then there's some kind of like iffy energy, you know, like the Five of Wands. Like I said, fighting, bickering, misunderstandings. Somebody being really protective, defensive, paranoid. Somebody being living in a place of anguish, tormented, kind of fearing the worst. And somebody really needs to be firm and like stand up and say no more. But then, like I said, you have really positive energies as well. For one, you have a strong water sign energy. So for singles, water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You have a happily ever after. A marriage card. The Empress also is a marriage card. The Page of Cups also does represent perhaps some type of declaration of love, communication, a love letter, or somebody, you know, finally speaking up and telling you this is how I feel about you, or maybe there was some misunderstanding. Of course, you have the Six of Pentacles telling you that you will be getting exactly what you deserve. You will be receiving the love, the relationship that you deserve. Going back to the main energies, the Wheel of Fortune. Time for change. Whatever it is that's going on with you, it's time for things to change for the better. And of course, for some of you, this could involve a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Okay, Taurus, this has been your love reading for February 2018. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will speak to you again next month.